Hi, I'm Andrew Katon.
And I'm Katon Robertson-Hodder.
We are two of the newer members of the Life Insurance and Wealth Management Practice Committee, referred to as the LIWMPC. What does the committee do? The committee covers everything related to the life insurance and wealth management areas, including education, maintaining professional standards and public policy. We are also the conduit for thought leadership in the industry and offer a way for like-minded actuaries to connect on common topics of interest. The committee leads a number of subcommittees, faculties and working groups, making up more than 100 volunteers focusing on enhancing the value and reputation of actuaries working in life insurance and wealth management.
So Andrew, can you tell us a little bit about what's been happening in 2018?
What a year for the industry. It's hard to keep up with all the latest news and events. Well, let's get the first one out of the way, the Royal Commission. The Royal Commission is underway this year with record pace. The interim report is out on the first 4 hearings into consumer lending, financial advice, loans to SMEs and financial services in regional and remote communities. The insurance hearings conducted in September touched on issues such as sales practices and claims handling, and a number of policy questions have been called out ahead of the next round. The final report will come out early next year. As well as this, industry consolidation has continued into 2018 with the announcement in 2017 of Zurich's acquisition of OnePath, IA's on the acquisition of CommInsure, and more recently TAL's purchase of Suncorp Life's insurance business.
It's a challenging industry.
Yeah, it's a challenging industry. In May 2018, the federal government announced a number of budget measures with the objective of addressing the erosion of superannuation balances by insurance premiums. The Protecting Your Superannuation package proposes a range of measures, including moving into an opt-out model for non-contributing members, those with low balances, and new members younger than 25 years old. The changes are proposed to start from 1st of July 2019, although there are still some items to be clarified, and the bill has not yet been through both Houses of Parliament. In May this year, APRA released its report on the Prudential Inquiry of CBA. The report was widely acclaimed by the industry as a thorough look at an organisational conduct and governance among other items. The industry has now been encouraged to review this report, perform self-assessments and apply the learnings to their own organisations. ASIC have also released a number of reports, including one on direct life insurance. Other looming legislative changes that could impact our industry include an extension of the unfair contracts terms to insurance, a bill on the design and distribution obligations for product design, and a parliamentary inquiry on the options for greater involvement from life insurers in rehabilitation. This year is also the first full year that life insurance companies were subject to the Life Insurance Code of Practice. The focus of the Financial Services Council has now turned to monitoring and updates to this code.
And who can forget IFRS 17, or more commonly referred to as AASB 17? While still many years away from implementation, industry considerations have turned to impacts on tax and regulatory reporting. And finally, 2018 saw the release of a number of final standards, so LPS 230 on reinsurance and CPS 320 on actuarial matters, which was the output of a lengthy review of the role of the appointed actuary. CPS 320 introduced a requirement for an actuarial valuation report and an actuarial advice framework. The LIWMPC, with the help of its working groups, is providing an update to professional standards and guidance to help you as members fulfil these new requirements. So Andrew, can you give us an update on 2019? What do we see as the key industry issues, changes and opportunities?
Well, the Royal Commission and the Parliamentary Joint Inquiry may lead to some legislative changes, so watch this space.
Yeah.
This will likely take up a large portion of the next 12 months. We also see increased expectations of the industry around risk management and in particular conduct risk. Community expectations and standards will also be a game changer in how every function of a life insurance office operates going forward. We see this as an opportunity for actuaries to get involved and support that role that we have as trusted advisors. It is also a learning opportunity and a reminder for us as a profession to show our value and extend the value that we can add to more than just financial and insurance risk. From a committee perspective, we are also monitoring these developments and will realign working groups or mobilise volunteers as required.
So a very exciting change that LIWMPC introduced earlier this year was to move from having a permanent subcommittee for financial reporting and one for product to smaller working groups that were focused on key areas. And it helped the working groups be more delivery focused, agile, time-bound and hopefully more fun. So it gives the volunteers great opportunity to re-energise, rotate on and off and be involved where they're the most interested and when they've got the most time. As the convener of the Life Subcommittee, the LSC, I have a fabulous pool of volunteers to call on whenever opportunities for working groups come up. And our aim is that that pool of volunteers get rewarded with the first opportunities for each new working group. And we've got LSC events every 2 to 3 times a year. We've got about 15 working groups running across the life and wealth management practices at the moment, all at different stages in their life cycle. So please reach out if you want to get involved and invigorated in the future. So the Institute is always looking for volunteers, so please send through your interest. Given everything happening in the industry, there'll be lots of opportunities in the future.
I'm sure there will be. Volunteering is a great way to get CPD credit. But if you're interested in accessing more CPD resources, we have the Institute's website, insight sessions across a wide range of topics, the LIWMPC bi-monthly newsletters, Actuaries Digital, podcasts, green papers, submissions and dialogue, and microsites.
I'd like to thank all our volunteers, and in particular I want to say a big thank you to the Practice Committee members. On top of being members of the Practice Committee, they're all sponsors of working groups, and all of the information notes and papers you see released are reviewed by those committee members. We're all busy in our day jobs, so the extra time that they give is fantastic and very appreciated. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.